Hey everyone, I'm finally back and I'm going to go ahead and cover all the videos I have kind of missed out. So this means I will be covering the Fool, I will be covering the Chronos, we officially have the looks at her skill, and we also officially got to test her in the Dimensional Arena, which left many people unsatisfied, which is alright, not all heroes were meant to participate in the Dimensional Arena to be top tier, so that's alright, she doesn't need buffs, but this is mainly going to be a video about the Fool and whether you should be investing in her or not. So instead of just going over all the Fool, I will be going over all the 3 seasonal heroes because, well, the oath is unfortunately already over, I have missed it, but I did summon on her while on the vacation. I did record it on the phone, but I'm not sure how it turned out, so I will see whether I will upload the summons or not. But they did get her 11 stars, as you can see. I have one more copy left, so I will probably get her to 12 stars without any much issues. But yeah, overall, let's go over the Fool first, then we will talk about the Judgment, and then we are going to be talking about the Arcana. So I will be covering all 3 seasonal heroes and who you should actually be summoning in the 7th Oath Recall, assuming that you have some Oath summons saved and that you can get a hero to 9 stars or not 9 stars. In that case, you would just simply save for the next season. So let's start by going over the Fool. Should you summon on her if you're a free-to-play player in the 7th week? The answer to that question depends entirely on how many summons or actually how many stars can you acquire on her. If you can get her to 9 stars, my suggestion would be yes, simply because if you went up to Rift Odyssey Extreme 100, you will see that you cannot beat the other boss without the Fool. Pretty much every single clear record has her. This is the lowest power clear that you can copy. This free-to-play player friendly in my opinion. It has no runes on heroes, it has just the full 9 stars and Cerberus 9 stars, which is also probably yet another lock that you have to get among the Fool. So yeah, unfortunately they seem to have nerfed something like Babylon in this Rift Odyssey, and nothing really clears other than the Fool. So this clear record has Loki in it and Fool. This is from T in the Discord, you may know them. And yeah, overall, just simply getting the full 9 stars to beat the Rift Odyssey Extreme 100 is a valuable option because you, after all, get this amazing DD selector now that has been updated. So you're just simply pulling for one of these heroes in theory, which is really good. All of these heroes are actually good, apart from the Fenrir, but she's okayish at the highest level. You're getting your cores and you're getting some pet shards which don't really matter. But yeah, summoning on the Fool can be justified if you can get her to 9 stars. You can get 1 copy and eventually 2 copies free if you did your summons correctly. So I did get 1 copy for free in the summons and the events. This is not valid for those that have started recently. So this is only valid for those that have been playing ever since the season release, or rather since the season start. So let's go over the Fool and what are her pros and cons. She's really strong when it comes to synergies. Phantom Valiantors have been kind of popping off, especially the Death Knight. She's really strong and amazing, and the Fool is yet another hero you can pair with her. Death Knight makes a lot of heroes be strong because of her passive that is on her Oath Force, so the Fool actually just going with her to give more survival to the team is even more amazing. You can run Fool in many teams, which I will cover in a next upcoming short, but the most common team is usually on the Phantoms for me personally in the Avengers, but a lot of players run her in the Valiantors as well. But it kind of feels weird trying to fit her there, so I did not run her there. I instead ran her in the Avengers setup. So what are the pros of the Fool? The Fool is really strong, but she is kind of heavy when it comes to requirement. She can be usable and enough at 8 stars for the free-to-play players, but for the spenders she does need 12 stars and her legendary runes. So I will be getting her legendary runes eventually, but she does require them. Why 12 stars? Because at 12 stars, as you can see, the combo count during the Fool's Melody is increased to 2, so it doesn't increase at 10 stars, it instead just increases the leech rate, which in my opinion is useless. I have suggested to the devs to swap these 2 passives, so if they do that, she will be really amazing and really strong in the PvP as well, increasing your skill multiplier up to 1000%. She's basically half a Lucifer now. So if this goes live and this swap actually makes it to the devs, she will be one of the strongest PvE heroes in the game, especially with her legendary runes, increasing the skill damage by 2000% overall, because you will be getting it to 2 heroes with her legendary runes, will be on par with Lucifer. Well, kinda, because you might hit someone like a Trupus or Cleopatra, and I'm not sure if the skill multiplier actually multiplies those kind of skills or any damage, so it would be maybe iffy for those. But if you hit someone like Babylon, Arcane Bella, Pandora, or any kind of damage dealer in your team, maybe Everhand Diana, this will be pretty amazing, especially if paired with the Lucifer, or even more if paired without Lucifer and be on the second team. So that was her ult force. As I said, the leech rate is pretty useless. I'm not sure if why they're putting that, especially since her second skill is just actual heal. So she heals your team. We haven't had healer in many months, years. We don't count Babylon, this is just a pure healer, so that's really nice. I do appreciate the more simple skills. But yeah, not sure why I put leech rate when she actually already heals. It's kind of weird. But yeah, overall her usability starts at 8 stars. She does need 9 stars to beat Extreme 100. And her peak is actually just 12 stars because her legendary runes and because of the combo action. So yeah, overall that's her perks and benefits. If you get her to 8 stars, you can use her in the PvP. You can perhaps use her in PvE in some cases, but I haven't found usability in her in my PvE rounds because I'm already too high on all of the levels, so she won't be required unless the swap to her ult force actually happens. So yeah, that was her ult force. Her second skill is, while under the Fool's Melody effect, the ally's basic attack is replaced by their ultimate. This is really amazing. So it starts at 7 stars and it upgrades at 9 stars, which is why she is needed in the Extreme 100, because she will replace all of the basic skills and all of the active skills by ultimates to the Fool's Melody targets. So it will be RNG for the Extreme 100, but you can definitely beat it with her 9 stars. It's no issue for anyone really, but make sure to have Cerberus equipped as well. But yeah, this is why red runes give so much value. So her runes, if you did not know, will apply to one additional ally at 100% chance at red. You can use her 2 epic 2 legendary 2 if you want to be a bit RNG, but my suggestion is going all the way to the reds. At the start of each round, applies the Fool's Melody to one random ally. The Fool's Melody significantly boosts speed. The significant boost means 200, I'm pretty sure, and increase damage by 200%. Now, unfortunately, the damage boost alone is not enough to make her good in the PvE, because you can hit someone like a Trupus, someone like Hela, someone like Victoria or Lucifer, and this damage boost won't do much to them. So it's important to actually land on a hero that is a DPS, but doing that, so you will basically grant them speed too, so they will go first and actually not get the buffs from like a Trupus or someone that casts and is reliant on casts like Cleopatra. But in current age, most heroes just buff you at the start of the battle or round, so it doesn't matter in that sense. But in the past it would have been pretty bad, but nowadays, since Hela's pledge, for example, is at the start of each round, the speed plays minimal part. Her active skill is the heal and her ultimate skill is the damage to all enemies, which is really amazing. Overall, the Fool, in my opinion, is among the best heroes in the current season, but she's not really required. So when it comes to free-to-play players, y'all be eating good, not gonna lie. So you don't really have to spend on any of the current heroes. They are all pretty much PvP primary heroes that don't really contribute much to the PvE, which is good. Don't get me wrong, that's good. Not forcing you to spend on the heroes that are not good in the PvE is kind of a goal. They're kind of forcing you because you do need the Fool to 9 stars to beat Extreme 100. You didn't need the Judgment, but you need the Fool, which is still nice because it's only one out of the 2 heroes possible, and it's the hero that is actually given for free to up to 2 copies. If you have been saving enough, you can afford her 2 copies for free, and then you only do 2 summons, which is really easy. So yeah, if you're at the Extreme 100, you have Cerberus 9 stars, you have everything ready apart from the Fool. My suggestion is go for it. Get her to 9 stars, you will not regret it. Beat that Extreme 100 and enjoy her usability in the PvP. If you're someone who doesn't do PvP, well, then skip everyone. No hero here is actually worthy for the PvE. They're all PvP heroes and they do nothing when it comes to PvE. Especially Arcana. Arcana is a really strong hero. Unfortunately, she will be getting the skin. Well, that's fortunate for those that can actually win the foggy, but if you can't, then Arcana will be useless for you. Because her speed is plus 15 on the skin, she will be one of the strongest heroes in the Avengers. She will be one of the fastest heroes in the Avengers, and that makes her really deadly. She will be really strong, even far better than Yingzheng, and because of her runes and because of her actions actually work, I did test this. You can apply her buffs more times than once, so her action is an actual action. It's not like a combo hit, and yeah, you can repeat this many times. So her 12 stars is insanely strong, her red runes are insanely strong, and that's mainly with the skin. Without the skin, she's a replaceable hero by a Yingzheng, that's for sure. You can still be using Yingzheng, which is given for free, assuming you can convert him in the conversion shops. So yeah, overall Yingzheng is better for like 99.99% of the players, whereas Arcana is better for those that are spending and highly competitive in the PvP, which means getting top 3 in the foggy for her skin to get her speed. Arcana actually works amazingly with the Lance relic because it will double her action, which means she will be giving you buffs multiple times throughout the round and also debuffing enemies. So yeah, she's really strong, but only for the top tier of the competition and not for the other players. So if you're someone who doesn't spend thousands of dollars already on this game, you will simply just skip Arcana and probably actually never get her, because without her skin, as I said, she's pretty weak in my opinion, and Yingzheng is just simply cheaper and effective at doing what Arcana does, slightly weaker but still effective. And then lastly we have the Judgment. Judgment is one of the stronger heroes when it comes to PvP. She is a pure ethereal counter in my opinion, and her old force is one of the most broken old forces we have got, because it's actually just the ape passive. It does require 12 stars to be 50%, which is like just pure ape, and she is really strong. The issue is she's not in any usable state for the PvE, and she's just a Glorian filler for the PvP. She can be slotted in other teams, of course, but she's mostly in the Glorians, and she can be swapped for other heroes. But at the top end competition, I found it's really hard to beat heroes, or rather, it's really hard to beat the same team with with Judgment and without the Judgment. So yeah, overall she's really strong for the PvP. I would say equal to the full tier. Maybe full will be better with her legendary runes, not sure about the judgments, but her runes should be really good. Each time an ally gains a buff, they increase their defense, which is fake, and max HP by 20%. This should go higher at reds. It doesn't. So by 20% and stacks up to 100 times. It should be really easy to trigger 100 times. So this is okay-ish for reds. She will be justified by just like 2 epic, 2 legendary runes, which is what I'm going for anyway. So yeah, overall she should be really strong. I don't think she will be a priority for any free-to-play players or mini spenders in any time soon, because as I said, she's basically Arcana but slightly better, because she is not reliant on her speed, she's not reliant on the skin, and she's usable starting at 8 stars because of her ape-like passive. So yeah, someone that doesn't spend should not be getting Judgment or Arcana at all, but rather a full to 9 stars and be happy with that. Other option is always skipping. You can skip those heroes and wait for the next season. Next season we will have a Mystifier, which is Emily, we will have an Ethereal, which is going to be Elowen, and then we will have a Doom, which is going to be Ophelia. Knowing the past, both Ophelia and Emily are kind of strong heroes and probably will be even stronger in their X version. Elowen, I'm not going to be really hopeful, but if they keep her Phantom, and yeah, if they keep her Phantom, she could have future with Izanami if they are going to make her stronger. But yeah, overall, you can just simply skip this season. As I said, this season is mostly for the spenders. The full is okayish for both versions of free-to-play players and spenders, but she's not necessary unless you want her purely to beat the Extreme 100. So yeah, sorry if you have summoned before this video, I could not make it on the vacation, but yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully you will be doing the correct thing on the 7th week and summoning on the Fate heroes. Maybe not Chronos, because she will be on another video whether you should summon her or not when she is released. Hopefully that will be out as soon as she releases, but it will require a lot of testing. But yeah, thank you for watching and see you guys in the next one.